We're gonna have some spoken word now from a young man, a MALACHI HOPE.
Thank you so much for coming out, most importantly, and thank you for everyone who was able to organize this whole thing. Marcia, thank you so much. So we was listening to Zico's story, and Timon, my colleague, he was like, you should probably go immediately after this. So it's a part of this organization called Poetry that is do this little show, like spoken word. And I did a piece recently called There Was a Boy. And I think it's suitable to share with y'all. And it's go like this. There was a boy, born in poverty, surrounded by the cage made to turn the poor into the convicted. He ran through the hood with bare feet and no shirt, shouted the men who did the same as Case. He shouts for their names and emulate their ways, the walk, the talk, the stance, the dance. He's enchanted by the street life that he views so innocently. And his biggest smile comes when one of the men on the block give him a knock, barely understanding what it means to be locked up. All he knows is that they say that he coming home soon. But he never knew that soon was eventually a vague buzzword defined by the user's idea of soon. It varied, but he never queried when he barely understood the concept of time. So he just nods his head, goes home, throws his school bag on the bed, and head back outside with the men till whenever mommy says she sent outside too long and mommy tries to be strong. She tries to raise a man while being a woman who fell in love with a man that she would hear for her son to become. And as she let her son stay outside because outside is his fun, he quickly became infatuated and enamored by the streets that caused his father to be in chains. I mean the jokes, the guys, the games, the fun, the fights, the nights, the life, the guns. He was 4 years old and could barely talk when he asked his mother for one, and when mother gave him one, he walked on the block with his gun tucked in his waist, walking with a link trying to murder the man he's seen. And the funny looks overcomes the serious implications, and the attention by the block is seen as sporting and not encouragement, so the behavior continues. He grows older along with his friends, becoming the next generations of soldiers in the Civil War amongst the poverty-stricken. He's 14 now, but the gun that was on his waist can't be bought from a toy store. This is the real deal. He got it like last year, 45 nickel steel. The boss said he's young but capable to kill, and for the block he loves, you can guarantee he will. So he's posted under the mango tree, breezing to after tree just like Daddy did before him. He's 14, but a vet in the streets, and 10 years passed and Daddy still ain't came home. So he runs the streets and these father figures he seek, wreaking havoc against those who go against that order that he's been conditioned to be a part of. Just like his father. What goes around comes back around. He's 18 now, well respected, gold chains around his neck. He's seen as a threat everywhere he goes. Done got hold from police many times but never fall. No longer is he in the ghetto, he is the ghetto. The block is his home. It's mostly when he inside that he's feel alone. Some may say he's next up for the throne. I mean, he jumped off the porch since 4, so if he stick under the boss, he'll be a big one for sure. He rolls, he cheats, he steals just like his father before. A woman floods his phone and sex comes easy in the hood, and he never heard nothing about condoms. It's bareback just like his dad's as a toilet. So when the girl down the gap tell he that she pregnant, he can't even be shocked. I mean, he already seen death from gunshots. It takes a lot to get him shook. So he stayed the scene, not wanting to change his ways as a crook. He proceeds to live his life as a thug. And every single bit of respect given came with envy. His world became deadly. The streets that gave him some of his closest bonds begin to take those bonds away by death or jail time. No bonds, too poor to afford bail, but he still loved the streets. It was all he knew. He began to question the purpose of the thug's life, but he felt as though he was in too deep. He felt as though leaving the streets would be like turning his back on his brothers. It's borderline cowardly, so he questions how he will have a spine by turning his back on the ghetto that is his home. He's 20 now. His kid is a year old. He father, he still ain't came home. And he's still stuck inside this domestic warfare that gives word to Paul Bears. He's the most respected, while being the most paranoid that he's ever been. He gives praise to the Father while committing his sins. He constantly got to look over his shoulder because he realizing he life coming to an inevitable end. There's 2 paths on this trail, and that's death or jail, and he would prefer to be in chains than dead. But the thought of jumping off of the trail in its entirety lingers in his head, but again he questions, how can he leave the only thing he's ever known? On one night, this boy turned man was posted on the corner under the post light, ice vigilant, trying to sell some weed to provide for his son. He's a year and 6 months. He told he want me just stay inside the back, man nigga hold on the front. He held his head down to look at the pic of his son, and when he held his head up, he seen the end of a gun pointed towards his skull. And before he could even talk, blam! The trigger pulled. As his brains lay scattered across his beloved streets, as a red sea of blood encircles his lifeless carcass, and his girl and his mother come screaming, calling for his name. And he little boy still fast asleep, tucked in the sheets, almost bound to repeat the cycle. What goes around comes back around. And they didn't give this boy a name because he's a combination of plenty. Many young boys and men stuck in the capitalist West doing their best to survive in a world where they are oppressed. Do you know any of these boys I speak of? Maybe one shares your blood? Do you think it's their fault? Do you still show them love? Would you believe me if I was to tell you that I'm a product of that indoctrination and mistreatment of the poor and unequal, just a deadly ball of carbon that end up becoming a diamond in the rough? Do y'all not see these patterns and think y'all had enough? I think I had enough. And I think it's time for change. But I'm just asking questions. Y'all give that boy a name. Thank you so much.
Subscribe for more content.